Hello everyone, I'm Tilly Douglas from Visual Sense Crafts, and today I'm doing the Sheleeart technique and I'm testing out the good old turkey baster. Now if you've bought the course for the Sheleeart, you'll get access to the Sheleeart Facebook group, which has got some fantastic people in there that we all help each other, and when we find new techniques we let each other know. And there's been a few people posting about using a turkey baster for doing the blow technique for the Sheleeart. So I'm going to test this out today. This arrived today from Amazon and I paid £3.95 for this today. So well worth buying just to give it a test out, because we're always trying to find the best way to do the blow, and you don't need that bit, so we're taking that bit off, getting rid of that. Now my tiles are 4" by 4" ceramic tiles, and usually I sand these down with some really coarse sandpaper just so the acrylic paint has got something to grip to. But I've done something a bit different today. I've done a big batch of them and painted them with gesso. So I've given them 2 coats of gesso each and let them dry in between coats, and I did it first one way, let it dry, and then painted it the other way. And if you've seen my previous videos, you'll know that I use this duct tape to make a little tab to hold on to. It's a really great tip and it works brilliantly, so for when you're tipping your tile, so you're not having to hold on to the edges. So that's how I do mine now. Now then, what I'm using for my pillow paint is just Valspar, excuse me, Valspar emulsion, just the normal walls and ceiling emulsion, silk emulsion from B&Q Valspar. So the colours I'm using today are this gorgeous tangerine. It's Pearl Tangerine Orange by Arteza, and this yellow, which is Pebbio, and it is Naples Yellow Hue by Pebbio, and a pink, which is Pebbio Opaque Vivid Pink. So that's my colours that I'm using today, and I'm using my cell activator is Amsterdam Titanium White mixed with the Flood Floetrol, and the Flood Floetrol is the one from Australia. It must be Flood Floetrol. Well, I know a lot of people get great results using various other things, but for me, I bought this Flood Floetrol off eBay for £25 and it works really well. So this is what I'm using until I find something that works better. So it was £25 and it's only a 500ml, but you only use a little bit at a time, so it will last me a long time. So that's that. Now my pouring medium for my paints is the Valspar. I'm just rushing over it because I've gone over all this in my other videos, so I don't want to bore you by keep going over the same information, so I'll just whiz through it. Valspar, the V700 Base C, the one that's got no colour in it. A polyacrylic varnish, which is Minwax or any polyurethane varnish, clear varnish, as long as it's water based. And I mix it 3 parts Valspar paint to 1 part polyurethane varnish. So that's that. Now I'm going to put the pillow on. I've not tested these colours, so this is a test as well for how the colours work together. So we will see. As the base of the pillow paint, just burst those bubbles, because you can't really torch it to get the bubbles out because it creates a skin on top. So we're going to use the orange first. It'll be interesting to see how this turkey baster works out. I've tried various things to get the blow right, and I haven't found anything that really works other than just blowing it with my mouth. And I know a lot of people struggle blowing because of because of shortness of breath and things like that. So we're always trying to find something different, something better. So yellow on top of that one. And then the pink. Just bursting my cocktail stick went flying. Just bursting the bubbles as I go as much as possible. So pink on top of that. And then our Amsterdam titanium white with the flood floetrol. And then we'll test out this turkey baster. Now, I'm not actually sure which end you're supposed to blow it from, so I'll just test it. Oh, that didn't do anything. We'll try the other end. So I'll blow it that way first because my paint is mostly over this side. Well, that works all right. So far, so good. It's a whistle. Well, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Let me give you a close-up of that. That doesn't look too bad at all. So I'm going to let that one sit there just to let it rise up. I mean, it didn't blow right down, so hopefully that's going to work nicely. So I'm just going to get my second one going. In the last video I did the 4 together, but I did the 4 to that stage, but I think it leaves it too long. It just starts to dry a bit too quickly, and then it is very, very slow moving. So I'm just going to do 2 to start with. A little bit more on there. But that, I quite like that, how that worked. So, orange on first. Then the yellow. And then the pink. And then our cell activator. I'll burst that bubble. And now I'm trying to cut down on the amount of cell activator I put on so it doesn't overpower the whole thing. Because in the past I think I was putting too much of that on, getting a little bit carried away my little old self. So, try this again. It does whistle. I don't know if you can hear the church bells ringing. Got the church bells always ring in our village on a Friday and a Wednesday. Don't know whether you'll be able to hear them now. I don't think that's too bad. I think that looks pretty good. So let's see how it stretches. Just bring that down to the corners a little bit so it helps it to move. And then we'll start tipping. So when I start tipping, I just do it backwards and forwards a bit, just to make sure it's all moving nice and freely, which this is. So we'll come off this corner and back. That's not looking bad at all, you know. It does start to slow down after the first two corners. Let's put a bit of that white back on there to help it move a bit. See how this tab that I'm holding on to underneath, how it works? It really does help with this part. So you're not having to hold on to your edges. And then our last corner. Oh, that's looking nice, and I love the colours. You can leave some of this negative space if you want to. You don't have to get the colour all the way over, but I'd like to just test this to see if it will stretch all the way over. I mean, it will stretch. I mean, this last corner does take a little while to move, but just a game of patience. And then back to the centre. And I think that looks really rather lovely. Some really, really good lacing on there. I have to say that's the best lacing I've got so far. So that turkey baster really does work. So that, when I've done that, got to that stage, you've got the mess underneath. So what I do is just go along and scrape those edges, just on the bottom edges, to clean them up. Because after I've finished these, I let them dry, give them about 3 weeks, and then resin them. And then I put sticky self-adhesive cork on the back. How gorgeous is that? That is absolutely stunning, and I love those colours. I think they're absolutely beautiful. So we'll do this one. Make sure that wasn't just a fluke. Pop that bubble, that'll be going off anyway. Oh, that was the one that I saw, bubble. Get that popped. See, often what I do is I blow too deep and go down into the white, and then I've got the white coming through, which I don't always like. So just get it moving, make sure it's all moving nicely, which that is. And then when I've got some paint down here, I just like to put that on the corners to help it all move. Oh, I love that colour. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. And then we start moving our paint off into the corners and back. Back to the centre. And then off that corner. Put that on to help drag it down. And our last corner. And then back to the centre to finish it off. And I'm really rather pleased with those. I think they look stunning. Absolutely stunning. So I'm going to quickly whiz through the next two because I always like to do a set of 4. But I'll just speed through them. I'll just put those 2 over there. And then I'll go do these 2 and speed it up. So that's there, that's just about got to that corner. So that's all 4 of them have worked really rather lovely with the turkey baster. So I'm ever so pleased with those. So if you want to do this Shelley course, if you haven't already got it, I'm leaving a link to her course in the description below. And I've got a 15% off voucher that she gave me to pass on to you. So there's that one. Gorgeous, isn't it? I absolutely love it. So use the 15% off voucher because we all like a bit of a discount, don't we? And if this video has been helpful for you, please subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.